What is going on, YouTube? Back again with another great video, and in today's video we will be doing a lot of things to the Z. We will be actually getting the first start on the 350Z. Behind the scenes, we went ahead and put a little bit more elbow grease, and we decided to start putting on some of the panels. We actually went and got our intercooler kind of mounted. We still have some zip ties holding it, but we will be having some mounts being professionally welded to hold this thing nice and steady, even though it's kind of got a good hold to it. But we had to go and get this welded here. So it originally came going straight out like this, and we got it welded up going to an angle so it could fit this kit and this coupler nice and snug. Everything else was fine. As I said before, we did a couple of other things, made sure everything was nice and tidy up here, put on the radiator core support as well as the radiator, got everything lined up for that, and put on the belt for the crank and the power steering fluid as well as the alternator. So only thing left that we need to do now is to put on the AC belt, which we can do later on down the road. The one that comes with the OEM super damper pulley for the 350Z has a smaller size, so I had to get a custom smaller belt. But other than that, everything's looking pretty decent. There's oil in the car. We have the oil cooler nice, not mounted, but bolted up to our oil filter sandwich plate, so that is ready to go as well. So we could really honestly start the car today. We went ahead and did the slave cylinder bleed so we can get some nice clutch pressure so the clutch comes right back to us. And now we're about to get ready and use this extremely nice tool here to help us out with bleeding the coolant so this car does not overheat. So this will make this go so easy that you don't even have to turn on the car to bleed the coolant. But if you haven't already and you're new to the channel, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to see more of the content. And also you can go ahead and go to my previous videos and watch this entire build from start and eventually till finish. So enough talking, let's go ahead and get started with bleeding this coolant. First things first, we're gonna go ahead and get this hose right here and get this snugged up on there. Next step with using this, I'm getting this little coolant, take out the remainder coolant that might be in the engine or inside of the radiator. The first thing you want to do is open this bad boy up. Look at that. And then we add, guys. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Oh, 380. Y'all ready?
Hold on.
Put my foot in. That thing started right away. Jesus Christ. Yeah!
Damn, I didn't look at fuel pressure.
Oh yeah, it might. Yeah, let's look at that again. Yes, sir.
Yay.
Someone look at the bottom.
380.
Yay!
Okay.
Alright, so I guess we should cut to the chase and pretty much explain what happened and why we didn't get a full start. The car will not hold a idle, and we ended up figuring out that we had the intake on upside down, so the map sensor was not reading the correct AFRs, which, well, it wasn't reading anything at all because it was flipped the wrong way, so the car would pretty much instantly die. We had no throttle response. Pretty much a couple seconds later, it just died. No control of the engine at all. After we pretty much figured that out, we flipped it back over, put the MAF sensor in the correct way. The car started right up just how you guys saw in the video, and pretty much we got our full first start. Now we didn't. next segment of the video, we pretty much put together the entire car, put on the fenders, the bumper, the radiator core support, all of those things, and it looks like one piece. And we ran into some issues, not big issues, but things that kind of kept the car from pretty much being able to move about throughout the shop or even on the road, which we ended up figuring out a mini solution to. So that will be the next scene. We will be finishing up, cleaning up, and finally getting the first drive on the 350Z. All right, we got both the belts back on and the AC belt back on. Fortunately, I might have kinked a couple of lines for my AC. As of right now, it seems like everything's good. Next, we're gonna go ahead and tuck some of the wires that you see at the bottom right here that are hanging. These are the oil cooler lines. And then once we do that, we'll drill a new hole for this fender so it can sit right, because it did break when in that towing incident. If you haven't watched that video already, go ahead and I'll leave a link up there when the car was getting towed and what exactly happened to that side. And then we're gonna try to get this cleaned up so we can make it to our appointment to get the stuff finally welded so it's not sitting on zip ties. Oh! All right, guys, so everything's almost done. We got the hood. Oh my God. Oh Lord. So the car is back up once again on jack stands. We ended up making a big boo-boo. I believe one of the lines are a little loose for the power steering, so as we added, it literally spilled everywhere. So we got the shop towel over here, cleaning it up. Let's try to tighten it. And this exhaust sits really low on the left hand side, so trying to figure out why that is happening as well, and then we will try to run it back up. All right, so our next problem is this.
But every time my car starts, that thing scares me.
But here we have the exhaust hanging, so we're about to lift it up, try to mess around with the downpipe to see if we can get it to tuck itself. Here goes the aftermath of it scraping, and then have us having to use this wood. I don't know.
Should I move this block?
Not yet. You might need it again. Look at that. She's finally back on the street. Well, that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to see more content and more updates on the build. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
This is a happy end. 'Cause you don't understand everything you have done. Why is everything so wrong? This is a happy end. Come and